with all the open country that a skunk should have to roam, why do you reckon he would settle underneath my ranch house home? But who can figure a skunk but another skunk, you see? And I surely won't forget the one that chose to pick on me. It was early in the morning, dawn's breaking day, the dogs went to barking that this skunk stopped for a stay. Well, dogs have territory, and this skunk is on their turf. And the argument ensuing left this green film on the earth. Our slumbers were aborted as the house began to reek with the stinks of doggone awful. You could neither breathe or speak. The doors come slapping open as our covers we discard. In our nightgowns and our long johns we assembled in the yard. The skunkies won the first round. Those dogs come bursting out for air, rolling, chewing grass and puking. Yellow stench clung to their hair. Nobody's going to touch them. So we herd them to their pen. It'll be a day or two before we let them out again. Well, Big Al, he's staying with us. He's my buddy and my friend, and we're concocting up this notion for that skunk's untimely end. I reckon we could trap him and take a long pole and walk him to the creek. I knew her grandpa did that once and swore it was just a trick, but Al's got this notion it's a mind-boggling killer plan. He's hunting up his reindeer where he's stashed them in his van, and as he pulls them on, he declares that it is a fact. A skunk is rendered squirtless if you shoot him in the back. Well, I've been around for a day or two and I had that fleeting thought, how come he needs that raincoat? If that notion's also hot. I know he's dressed and ready, and I couldn't help but smile because Al resembles Santa Claus if yellow was in style. I guess I better help him. He's down there on his hands and knees crawling from the battle zone, and for Al that's going to be a tight squeeze. I can just barely see around him at the cause of all our plight, but there's that skunk back under the porch just begging for a fight. So Al, he pulled down on him. All my faith in Al I put. He drew a bead and he held his breath, and my God, he shot him in his foot. Well, that porch filled up with a scum that you could scrape right off your teeth, and sucking air close to the ground, the only way to breathe. I lit out for greener pastures with my face convulsed and red, and Al shot him 6 more times to make sure that he's dead. Well, the racket drew the neighbors. As we backed that on the scene, I can only guess at how I look, but Al's a sickly green. We staggered to the woodpile, and we flopped down on 2 blocks. And just as though we're taking turns, we both puked up our socks. When our guts were finally settled and the tears slowed down a mite, we're a sorry pair of warriors. We're a stinking, dreadful sight. My God, Al, that's some theory. And I'm still inclined to think if you hadn't have shot him in his foot, he probably never would have stinked. Thank you.